gentlemen, welcome to Ag Science. Over the past couple of days, we have been talking about communication. So can anybody tell me what are some characteristics of a good public speaker? Thomas?
Confidence.
Confidence, absolutely. What else? Carrie?
Good listening.
Good listening. Ethan?
You're like moving around.
Okay, you're moving around. Hunter? Good posture. You have to have good speech skills. Sarah? Eye contact. Awesome. Hannah? Enthusiasm. Absolutely. Leanne, did you have one? Okay, Sarah said it. Awesome. So all of these things are characteristics of a good public speaker. What we're going to do today is we're going to take this and see how we can apply our public speaking and communication skills to FFA. So, remember back to our FFA unit at the beginning of the year. Does anyone remember what the letters C, D, E stand for? Seth?
Career development event.
Absolutely. Career development event. And what that is it's basically just an FFA contest. So the things you learn in these contests can prepare you for careers. Okay? Whether you want to go into farming, so you're going to do the dairy judging or the ag mechanics, or whether you want to be a teacher, you can do something like the public speaking or the leadership. So there's a career development event for everyone. We're going to watch a little short video that's going to talk about some career development events.
Participation in a career development event.
Hello, my name is Erin, and the career development event that was by far my favorite was climbing trees.
We saw a couple of the different career development events you could participate in the FFA, as well as what the students got out of those. Today, you are going to be researching one of the public speaking, one of the communication career development events, because that's what we have been studying. Just so you know, there are plenty of other career development events in other areas, and we did explore some of those earlier in the year when we tasted the cheese, when we practiced the food science, when we tried to identify the smells, when we did horse judging the meats and the horticulture. Everyone hold up the index card that you got when you came in. Okay. When I tell you, you are going to find the other people with the same number that you have. Around the room, I will place these sheets. The number in the corner will correspond with the number on your index card. What you are going to do as a group is you are going to answer the questions in the top chart that I just passed out to you. So the information should include the name of the CDE, okay? And that's going to be right at the top of the paper in bold letters. It should include the number of people per team. Some teams will only have one person. It should include the time limit. So if you have to give a speech, you have between 6 and 8 minutes or 10 and 12 minutes. What's the time limit? Also the required elements. Do you have to give a speech? Do you have to answer questions? Do you have to write an essay? Do you have to give an oral presentation? What things do you have to do in order to complete this contest, as well as a brief description? So if you had to explain to someone what the prepared public speaking career development event is, what would you tell them in about 30 seconds? So you are going to look at the one with the corresponding number. So there are 4 things you'll notice, but you are only going to fill out the first one. Okay? When I tell you to, I'll have you get with your groups. I'll just show you where they are. Group 1, you're going to be over here. Group 2, you're going to be here. Group 3, you'll be in the back. And group 4, you'll be in the front. Before we move, what questions are there? You're working with the other people with the same number to find out this information about the contest and fill in your charts. Go ahead and move now.
Agriculture, food and natural resources, and career cluster program standards. For the recommendation of the National Academy Board of Directors, all national academy groups have implemented industry guides for direction.
Gentlemen, take the next 10 seconds to wrap up. When you're done with that, on your card, you not only had a number, but it was in a color. So find the people that are the same color as you and sit with them.
Hey, that's mine. I'm green.
Blue, you can be right here in the middle. Green, you're over here.
No, that's not a start.
Green.
Orange, you can be on the far side.
Where am I?
Pink, you can be on the back.
I'll say chair room.
So you're
Pink, you're in the back.
Hold up.
I protest.
So, as you can notice, the people that you're sitting with were not in your group before. That's because they became experts in the other 3 career development events that you did not complete. So right now I want you to take a couple minutes. I want you to tell the name of your career development event and give a brief description to the people with that you are sitting with. What questions are there?
Will you write down what they have written down?
Yep, you can write it down.
Do we have to?
Oh, sorry. Okay.
What does it became?
And number 1, tell me the name of your contest. Number 1, card 1, Thomas.
What? Prepared public speaking.
Prepared public speaking. Someone else who had 1. How many people?
1.
Just 1. Very good. What is your time limit? 6 to 8 minutes. Awesome. So tell me a little bit about the contest.
Oh, yeah. Is it a description or not? I'm gonna give you a description.
Okay.
To promote interest in leadership and communication skills in agriculture.
Awesome. So that, as well as you're going to write a speech, just like you would in English class, you're going to prepare that ahead of time, hence prepared public speaking. You're going to memorize that, give that to the judges, and answer questions. Okay, moving on to number 2. Who had number 2s? Adrian, what was your contest called?
National Academy of STEM Public Speaking Career Development Event.
Awesome. So your career development event was exemplary. Carrie told us you have 30 minutes to prepare. You have to give a 4 to 6 minute speech, and then the judges will ask you 5 minutes of questioning. So for this contest, you don't prepare ahead of time. You're going to go in, you're going to draw 3 random topics from a hat. You get to pick on one. You'll bring 5 resources with you, so textbooks, magazines, internet articles, and you'll have to come up with some note cards. So obviously this is not going to be like a speech you would write in English, like a prepared speech. You'll have some facts on your note cards, and you will have to, off the cuff, extemporaneously fill in those gaps. Okay, who had number 3? Ethan, what was the name of your contest?
Creed speaking.
Creed speaking, awesome. And how many people are involved in the creed speaking, Caitlin? 1, certainly. You want to tell me what the creed speaking is?
The time?
Sure.
Give the creed in 5 or more minutes of questioning.
Okay, so you're going to give the creed, and then there will be 5 minutes of questioning from the judges. So someone give me a brief description of what it is. Caitlin?
You memorize 5 paragraphs of the Everything Creed by Evan Tiffany and answer questions for a judge.
Certainly, you're going to memorize and present the 5 paragraphs of the FFA Creed by Ian Tiffany, and the judges have 5 minutes to ask you questions about the meaning of the creed. Awesome. Who had number 4? Hunter, what's the name of your contest? Agricultural issues. Awesome. How many people on the team? Sarah?
Minimum of 30 and maximum of 7.
Minimum of 3, maximum of 7. What's your time limit, Rebecca?
5 minutes for setup and 15 minutes for the presentation.
Okay, 5 minutes for setup, 15 minutes for presentation. Hunter, why don't you give us just a brief description of what ag issues is?
Give a presentation about a controversial agricultural issue. This presentation is just to provide you info to your judges. You should not come up with a conclusion to which is better, but let the judges I don't know what the word is.
Okay, so you kind of gave us a good description.
Oh,
So,
happy instance.
okay, so what you're gonna do is pick a controversial issue. What does controversial mean?
I ain't got a clue, you wrote it. I mean, you help you.
What does controversial mean? Oh,
She won't.
Kind of like debating against.
certainly, it's like debate.
There's like two sides of the story, and there's really not, like, there's always conflict, there's no conclusion.
Absolutely, two sides of the story, and those two sides are arguing. So we're gonna pick a controversial issue. You're gonna present both sides of the issue. But when you're done, you're not gonna say this side is better than the other. You're gonna let the judges decide that. Awesome, and with that, you have to write a 2-page essay.
Oh, boy.
Okay?
Ooh.
So you guys will have the opportunity to participate in these career development events if you wish. We talked about State FFA Convention in May. If you would like to go to State FFA Convention, you have to have a purpose to be there. So if you have put an effort and competed in one of these career development events, or you want to compete in one of the career development events at convention, you can certainly do that. I just have a couple questions for you. Can anyone tell me what CDE means? Hunter?
Isn't it like career development, education? No.
Close.
Career development event.
Career development event, certainly. So a career development event is like an FFA contest. Can someone give me an example of a career development event? Seth?
Ag mechanics.
Ag mechanics, what else?
Force judging.
Horse judging,
Oh, food tasting.
food science.
Yeah.
Okay? How
Horticulture.
about horticulture? How about the ones you did today? Prepared speaking, extemporaneous speaking, create speaking, ag issues, all career development events. So how can career development events help you guys in the future?
By giving us a career.
Practice.
Okay, practice. So you're gonna practice like this was actually your job, like you were actually a food scientist doing things that they do. What else?
Fun.
Certainly they're fun. What about public speaking skills? It doesn't matter necessarily if you're going into agriculture or not. You can benefit from public speaking skills, from working in groups. Okay? Learning things that will help you if you want to pursue a career in ag mechanics, the dairy industry, the equine industry, if you want to become an ag teacher like I am. Okay? So, you guys will have an opportunity to create your own prepared public speech and give that in class. So if you want, you'll be all set for the FFA contest and be ready to practice that in the future. What questions do you have?
No.
Okay, thank you.